Going to change a rear strut on a 2009 Jeep Patriot. So before you raise the vehicle, the first thing you want to do is remove the spare tire and this liner that's here in the back. It just comes right out. And that way you can access the top of the shock tower. There's 2 bolts. So I'll get the vehicle jacked up, block the tires, emergency brake, all that, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, tires off. Next thing to do is get a secondary jack. I've got this trolley jack, but if you got a bottle jack with a wide head on it, that'll work too. And what you want to do is get it at the end of the suspension arm and then raise up on the whole thing about, let me say about 2 inches. And then go back inside and take the 2 nuts off of the strut tower. This side's not too bad to get to. This side's a little tight, but all you need to do is just pick up on this plastic piece and you could get a wrench or a small ratchet under there. So I'll go ahead and take these 2 nuts off the top of the strut tower and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, those nuts are off the strut tower. The next thing to do is take this nut off. It's at the bottom of the strut tower. Take this nut off of this frame assembly. Leave the jack up. I would spray some penetrating oil. That'll make your life a lot easier. They're 18mm, and I use long bars. It's a lot easier. But get these 2 off, and I'll go to the next step. And I'm not showing you how to take nuts and bolts off. If you don't know how to do that, then you probably should hire somebody to do it yourself. Alright, those 2 nuts are off. Lower the jack down and ratchet this bolt out from the other side. This bolt has a point onto it, so that means it's threaded through the bottom of the strut. Whenever you see a bolt like this, never hit it with a mallet at the end. It's not meant to be driven out. It's threaded in. So this bolt will thread out. Take this one out and this one on this other frame assembly. You can hit this one. It has a flat end. You could hit this one with a mallet, gently tap it through, and when you get to a certain point where you can't get it through anymore, then get a center punch and put it at the end and then drive it the rest of the way. You may need to lift up on this jack again to kind of put pressure up and down to get it where it'll wiggle out, but that's how it's got to be done. But never hit this one with a mallet. This one has to be ratcheted out. Just to show an example right quick, I moved my jack underneath the bottom of the strut and picked up on the bottom of the strut and got it so I can screw it out the rest of the way. Take some pressure off of it. See? And then I just drop this back down again. And you see the top of the strut tower fell out just now. Okay, so that's free. That won't come out because there's not enough clearance. It just won't clear it. And you could put a spring compressor on there, you could do whatever you want, but it's not going to clear. You got to take this last bolt here and drive it out, and it's about the same thing. You got to move this jack around and get it where you can get some pressure off of it and get the bolt out. Okay, bolts out, and this should all pull away. Okay, and you see there's that little lip inside there. Okay, if you can pull that away, I can't do it with 2 hands. And I have a big flathead screwdriver here. Okay. And that flathead screwdriver will fit in there. If you jam that in there, let me see if I can do it right quick. Sorry. Okay, I jammed it in there, and then I could pull down on that, and it'll lower that arm. I can pull pressure off of it and pull the top of the tower out. Okay, so that's what you could use for a pry bar. That's meant to put a pry bar in there, jam a flathead screwdriver in there, and then push down, and this arm will drop, and you'll be able to grab the top of the tower and pull that strut out. Okay, this is so easy, bro. I fit the top of the new strut assembly up in there, and all I got to do is just push down on this arm with the screwdriver, pick up with it the strut, fit it up in there, and then just catch the bolt on the bottom and screw it in. Don't tighten it down all the way, just leave it a little bit slack so that you can drop this other subframe and catch that bolt again. Once you get this bolt in, this flat-headed one, you could tighten that sucker down and then tighten up the bottom, the one at the bottom of the strut all the way, and then put your jack back underneath and race it up about 2 inches and catch these top nuts on the top of your strut tower. I'm giving away all my tricks today. If you got problems with this bottom one, you just need a line-up bar like this. That's just a crow's foot line-up bar, and get it up in that hole and twist it. And just maneuver it around so you can get the bolt in. So you can hold it with one hand and get the bolt in and push it through. And at least if you get it in the hole, you can tap it a little and get it to go through the other side. And this is a done deal. Okay, 2 bottom ones are in, 2 top ones are in. This is a done deal. Thanks for watching.